I did not play with Cabbage Patch Kids personally when I was a little kid. I never played with them. So this is gonna be new to me. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. There we go, Cabbage Patch Kids!
Hey everybody, we've got a new shirt for our Black Friday sale coming up, so if you're looking for some tasty new swag, be sure to head over to meatcanyon.store and get some new merch available for this time here. It'll probably be up later too, but there's a deal going on. Whatever. Enjoy the video. Another Black Friday in the books. Did you get all the things you wanted? Did you? Did you wait hours outside of a business to open up so you can get $2 off a video game?
Nope.
Black Friday just isn't the same anymore, is it? It's too commercialized. It's too sterile, you know? It's too safe.
I don't do that.
Remember when there used to be riots?
I skipped your food videos,
Chaos.
Voodoo 82. It'll make me hungry.
Had any plan at all? They just said, we're just gonna have crazy deals and just let our employees spend them.
I feel like Black Friday though was inherently like about commercialism. Like they took the whole Black Friday thing and then they said, yeah, you know what? We'll make it like Christmas, but worse. I'll do the carbonara video after.
Themselves off. Well, let me take you back even further to one of the first biggest crazes of the holiday shopping season. Because I bet a lot of you don't even remember or don't even know about the Cabbage Patch Kid riots.
Literally no clue what he's talking about. He seems kind of like a little bit of a boomer. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Do people even know what Cabbage Patch Kids are nowadays? I feel like there's no way. No, there's no way anyone really remembers what Cabbage Patch Kids are. Unless, I don't know, you're in your 50s maybe. I mean, no. Cabbage Patch Kids are, it's
I
old.
Never played
80s
them.
Old. Stranger Things old.
Oh shit!
The Cabbage Patch Kid craze was an early example of crazy suburban consumerism taking over a market and being broadcasted to the world by all of these news stations as if it's like some kind of crazy zoo attraction or carnival attraction. It was like one of the first times where people were just like bum rushing stores to get
what the fuck
product.
Over dolls?
One of the big first cases of seeing FOMO. He put the words there. In action on live television. I'm sure, you know, there's things where people probably had products they liked, but this goes deeper because with every...
So it was like gotcha, but in stores? Chat, would you riot for your fucking waifu in real life if you had the chance? Like to get your favorite waifu, you just had to like smash a window? Yes. Fuck no. Yes. 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 Like, you just had to, like, stand outside in the cold for your waifu instead of spending money? You would do that. No? Yeah, I don't think I would either. Not gonna lie. No.
Heinous, evil thing that is to ever exist begins with a child. Children, they want something. Parents want to give them something for being good or just so they'll shut the hell up. And that is power. That is... so much power. Everything, the world is dictated by 12-year-olds. Like literally. That's it. Everything in media, everything you do is all a byproduct to promoting towards a 12-year-old child, which is why so many family-friendly YouTubers and stuff, it's all 12-year-olds who flock to that. The hundreds of millions of children that roam the streets of the internet. And also who have parents who have credit cards and cash that they can poke at and scream and be like, I want it! I want it! So, let's dive into this little product. The Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh god, what the hell? My ears,
seems simple enough. Here's a picture of it. Personally, if I...
What the fuck, man? The 80s were kind of manga, huh? What?
As a kid, I'd be like...
I don't want to play with that.
But maybe the 80s were a different time. Cabbage Patch Kids were originally called Little People. Were created by Xavier Roberts in 1976 when he was a 21-year-old man, which is just odd to me that a 21-year-old man in the 70s was just like the little dolls that you adopt and they're bald and they're creepy and they all have fuck faces faces and heads. Oh my god, is that his first?
Wait, what the Who the fuck thought this was cute? Who thought this was a fucking cute idea? What?
The little people. It was inspired by a German fabric sculpture technique from the 19th century. He started crafting dolls with unique faces. That's very unique. I think that he just doesn't know how to anatomically make a baby. No, they're just unique. Your kid isn't ugly. It's just unique looking. He initially sold these dolls at craft shows, and they gained popularity for their distinctive and individualized features. In 1982, the doll caught the eye of toy company Coleco, which mass-produced them under the name Cabbage Patch Kids, leading to a nationwide craze in the 1980s.
My baby has
So, you have a hot new toy out in the market, right? Some 21-year-old fucking hunk sits there. He's like, they have unique faces when really they're just fucked. And we're creating this sense of it's a hot product, red hot. All the cool kids with Hot Wheels.
It's just crazy to me that marketing really just works. Even in the 80s, man. Y'all got me all fucked up. Dude, I would not play with this if I was a fucking kid. It was fucking horrible.
Like, yeah, do you guys even have a Cabbage Patch at all? And all the other poor kids are like, no. They're like, you guys are fucking losers, dude, for real. But what's weird here is Xavier actually introduced a bit of lore to how these things came about. The whimsical marketing backstory is that Xavier Roberts, the 21-year-old hunk, discovered a magical Cabbage Patch where the Cabbage Patch Kids were born from cabbages. What an imagination. And he decided to help them find loving homes by facilitating their adoption. Which also, that's just funny as like a child thing. Just like introducing adoption and stuff. This kid isn't yours, but it could be legally. Creating fans.
I mean, that's kind of like, that's a wholesome way to get people to understand what adopting is, but still, like, what the fuck?
That added to the allure and uniqueness of these dolls. No two dolls were supposed to be exactly the same, and each one's birth certificate had a unique name. God damn, Xavier. Classic. You get the people just being like, you're adopting this little guy. You're not buying him. You're adopting him. You're raising him. He's one of your own. This is a mouth to feed now, okay? Your doll's name is Bob. And there's not another Bob out there.
I would throw that in the garbage.
You have to buy
Wait, why is he cross-eyed, man?
Him. Creating that weird parasocial relationship with a doll immediately through the lore and backstory. Pretty genius, Xavier. Not gonna lie. I need to start doing that with my shit.
He's unique. Yes, you're right. Run. He's unique. I should shut up.
My God. Imagine being like, no two are the same, and it's just these. And this is gonna sound racist, but the black one is just horrifying. I mean, am I wrong? I mean,
yeah,
look
you
at
are
the
racist.
leg on this one. My fucking
Canceled
Lord.
on Twitter.
But why were they so popular? Each Cabbage Patch Kid doll comes with a unique name and birth certificate, emphasizing their individuality. So you're not only buying a toy, you're buying a new friend. Is that fucked up to do to children? Yeah. The adoption theme extended to adoption centers where people could adopt a doll instead of just buying it. Further enhancing the personal connection between the doll and the owner. That is actually fucked.
That is actually so fucking stupid. What the fuck? I didn't know this was a thing. What were people fucking smoking in the 80s? Holy shit.
They have a literal orphanage for these products. Come on in and meet your new brother. Also, cabbage. How the fuck did you get away with that? I mean, I get that, like, the cabbage that kind of looks like their heads look like the cabbage head, but still the smelliest, fartiest.
No. I don't think it remembers. I think wasn't the lore that when your parents like try to explain sex to you that a stork brings you instead of a cabbage or some shit? Isn't that like the fucking connection? I'm cooked, I know, but like I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I kind of want to look it up though. Like cabbage stork, Cabbage Patch Babies stork. Ah, yes, it was okay, I am right. Yes. Okay. The stork, not the nightmare Cabbage Patch. No. It has something to do with the cabbages. No. My parents, no. The story is that you're grown in a cabbage and the stork takes you and brings you to your parents. That's what they say.
Kids.
That's the mythos.
Is that even a joke? Why did I say that like that? The
So
creative marketing strategy
weird.
significantly contributed to the dolls' massive popularity and set them apart from toys of that era. Since each doll was unique and the demand caused the item to become scarce, they were as good as gold during the holiday season. Hopeful shoppers would drive many miles to nearby cities and towns to stand in line to try to get one. Does it sound familiar? Black Friday? Is it all coming full circle? Did Cabbage Patch Kids create this kind of hysteria? I don't know. Maybe.
How did you manage to get a Cabbage Patch doll?
Well, it wasn't easy, I'll tell you. I was talking to one of my radio sponsors one day, and the subject of these dolls came up, and I said,
what the fuck?
I think he's talked to this doll. This doll has come to life and talked to him before. I was talking to this doll.
It came to life and talked to me.
I just had to get one.
Big piss. Massive piss. Yo, chat, please aim for the freaking song. Thank you. Really appreciate it. It's Chucky, yeah.
That's what you like best about the doll? It smells fantastic, and also it tells me things that I should be doing differently every day. What is that? What does that mean?
What the fuck?
Just different things that maybe I should.
I
need help. It smells good and it's ugly as shit. That's why.
Why the fuck are you sniffing a baby doll?
I like it.
So you thought the Cabbage Patch craze was over with, right? Well, welcome to the Cabbage Patch Clinic.
The neck is broken.
What's wrong with it? My kid's neck's broken. All right. Well, sew her up. But with this accumulation of people, all the hype building, you know, FOMO rising from the children, Mom, I have to have one! We never expected something to happen in 1983. That, of course, I'm talking about is the Cabbage Patch riots.
There's riots over these dolls, dude. There's no shot.
Not above elbowing, shouting, and crying so they can walk away with their coveted prize.
So the Cabbage Patch riots in the early 1980s was probably one of the first heavily documented commercial, like, buying product riots ever on TV. Yeah. And this is just a little glimpse of those times.
Welcome to another holiday
shopping season. Oh my god, man.
When the doors opened
Yo, America, are you okay?
Store, the pushing and shoving began. One woman was knocked to the floor and suffered a broken leg.
What I wouldn't give to just see that guy just like take that bag and just start beating the shit out of people. You're all animals! You're all fucking animals!
This scene has been repeated in
I like how the cop's just sitting there too. Oh, fucking horrifying.
That is an 80s cop if I've ever seen one.
They did the Native American one dirty. I'm being completely honest.
About 16 inches high. They don't walk.
Oh my god, this is fucking scary as fuck.
Hair. They don't do much of anything.
I like how every time the adults are talking about these things, they're just like, they don't do this, they don't do that, they're ugly as shit, and they're pretty much borderline useless. We have no idea why the children want them, but goddammit if they aren't flying off the shelves like hotcakes.
But they have upset the supply and demand cycle to an astonishing degree. There has never been such a first-year demand for a new doll.
As far as I'm concerned, they're the worst-looking things I've ever seen. I mean, they're pathetic-looking, they're homely.
By the way, it's so quiet because you might get copyright struck, I'm pretty sure.
Them like
throwing this shit!
So fucking crazy.
Demand exceeds supply, and there is only one reason.
Mommy, I want one!
I like so.
Literally, children are the worst.
I like them.
You know, if I was that fucking, I'd be like, you're not getting nothing. You know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get some tube socks. That's the last Christmas gift my dad ever gave me. Tube socks, open because he needed one for work. Not even joking, and a 12-gauge shotgun. That's the last Christmas gift my dad ever got me.
Holy shit.
It was 12. Children really are just, I feel so bad for all these parents too. They're just like, I have no idea.
Why would you give your child a shotgun?
With all of us. Like, this is probably the only time in the world where every adult just came together and they're just like, But these riots turned violent. I mean, people are pushing over each other. You know, we had someone fall down, her leg got trampled and was broke. You can see people with bloody shins. I mean, it was absolute mayhem in these stores of people just trying to get Cabbage Patch Kids, man. What the fuck? The shortage of the Cabbage Patch Kids during the 1980s was primarily due to unexpected high demand with limited product capacity. All of them sold out immediately, so they couldn't print the things fast enough. It caused absolute mayhem. You started seeing that adults who were trying to please their children were now getting mad.
We've been
I
out
don't
here
even
since
get it,
midnight
man.
last
They're
night.
so ugly.
And the manager told us that we will be handed a doll. We will not be able to pick what we wanted. I got a boy. I wanted a girl. Now all the other ones are allowed to pick what they wanted. And he just won't pay any attention to us.
You know, where's my
Oh my
Cabbage Patch Kid
God,
doll?
I
If
couldn't-
can't get
I
my
couldn't
kid a
put-
Cabbage Patch Kid doll, then
I couldn't pick the gender of my doll. Oh my god, that was the worst thing ever. Bitch, shut the fuck up.
You know, feel like a big piece of shit because Santa didn't get him a Cabbage Patch Kid doll? Me, I would have said yeah. Yes. Yes. You're terrible. That's what I said to my kid. Most stores stock 200 to 500 of the product, but that wasn't enough to satisfy the thousands of customers surging the stores trying to obtain one. The manufacturers and retailers hadn't anticipated the overwhelming demand, which led to scarcity on the shelves.
Yeah, the
further
original
fueling the frenzy as
NFTs, 'cause they're
parents scrambled to
unique,
purchase the
quote
dolls
unquote.
in time for the holiday season. It's actually insane to me looking back on this now too that like Jingle All the Way, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, is like, it's so real. It was engineered mania. The month-long marketing campaign heading into the holidays, plus severe lack of products, was meant to create panic, aka
Hysteria.
fear of missing out.
FOMO!
Or, as people say, FOMO. Not to be confused with homo.
I'm homo.
Never mind, just don't say the other one. Shoppers camped overnight outside stores, store and parking lots, and mob displays, all of which may sound commonplace now, all right? But back then, I'm sure there was people just in there just being like, I want this, Mom. And this fucking big 45-year-old man comes running through, get the fuck out of my way! Fucking push this little kid into a rack.
The kids who got the Cabbage Patch doll and had it grabbed out of their hands by grown-ups. That was like the classic heart-wrenching scene.
A full-grown woman taking a doll out of a child's hand?
I mean, there was grown
Aw,
adults.
that's sad.
snatching.
That's fucking sad. Snatching out of a kid's hands. Oh.
These boxes, like kids, the mom's like, I know you waited in line for a long time. You're good this year. The kid's like, thanks.
Base, nah, man, you're
suburban.
You're fucking cringe, man. It's a fucking toy. Fucking grow up, you loser.
Wait, Mom comes.
Based my ass. Shut your fucking mouth.
Box, slaps kid in the face, and she's just like, "Too bad, my little princess needs it more than you."
Yeah, exactly. Like,
several
what a
violent
fucking
outbursts occurred in
goon.
such major retail stores as Sears, J.C.Penney, Wards,
Get
and
good,
Macy's,
you little
aka
shit.
malls, dude. Remember those? You probably see them now. They're like giant, like pantheons of like old dead gods. If you drive by like the Midwest,
This reminds me
malls,
of
you
the
still
start
see a
of
giant
Charlie and the
JCPenney kinda
Chocolate
sitting in an empty
Factory.
lot. And at the height of the insanity, here's a quote from Newsweek. It was as if
Thank
an
you so
army had been
much.
turned loose on the nation's
Yeah, it
shopping
does.
malls,
Like the
ravaging
fucking
her
crying little kid.
flankers, sloshing
Whittly,
through the
whittly, whittly, whittly.
searching for the legendary stock rooms said to be filled with thousands of dough-faced, shameless, engagingly
Need a
homemade
bitch tea.
dolls. I like how even in the Newsweek too, the guy's like, you know, the editor too was like, I mean, should we be that hard on the dolls? He's like, that's as nice as I can be, honestly. I do love that he put dough-faced and chinless. I love that. Chinless dolls.
Chinless dolls.
God, they're ugly. Delete. I want to punch the delete. They are made of plastic. Perfect. Submit. I also like how
Buy
like,
a
in these
vortex.
sarcophaguses.
Yes.
Buy me. Buy me.
Let me see that. Yeah, I don't get it, man. They're just so ugly. I played with Barbies. Not this. This is so hideous, man.
Buy me. Buy me.
For Cabbage Patch Kids, it's like a fever taking hold. Potential buyers are not above elbowing, shouting, and crying.
They were good for the time, maybe. No, man, Barbies existed in the
Early Christmas shoppers
80s.
were
That's
buying
why
an
it's
average of
not.
$3
I don't
each,
know.
leaving stores massively understocked. That's fucking crazy.
3 each.
The average person is buying 3 of these dolls. Pretty crazy.
That's
By October 6th,
insane.
Coleco said all 2 million dolls it had manufactured were gone. According to Newsweek, by Thanksgiving, what had been sellouts became the great Cabbage
Patch Panic.
By the end of 1983, approximately 3 million Cabbage
Had to
Patch
fuck a
Kids
bitch up for
dolls
Furby
were
ones.
adopted. Demand was so
Furbies
high
were
that
ugly
$25
too.
Cabbage Patch Kids were
I
sometimes
never
being
had one,
resold
but I
for
wanted
hundreds
one.
and sometimes even thousands of dollars.
Holy
Unbelievable.
fuck.
By 1984, the
$1,000.
dolls and their accessories had generated $2 billion, almost half of Coleco's revenue that year, which was $4.5 billion. That's insane. But after the dust had settled, we realized that the Cabbage Patch dolls were so huge that it influenced the toy companies to follow suit. It almost
Beanie
set off a
Babies,
domino effect of,
Furbies,
like,
yeah.
now every year, I'm sure there was like probably a giant.
I think I had a black.
No,
my friend let me borrow a black Furby. It was really cute. I think I saw one. And it was so stupid because she let me borrow it for a whole week and then I gave it back to her and I was like, this isn't actually as cool as I thought. They're super like overhyped. You thought they were really cool, but they were not.
It set off a domino effect of like now every year I'm sure there was like probably a giant
You had a
shopping
cow
spree of a
one?
new toy. But some of the more noticeable ones that you might remember are 1996, the Tickle Me Elmo.
Tickle him again and hold on.
Tickle me Elmo!
Shakes with laughter.
That little cocksucker made people go crazy. Then you had Furby dolls in 1998. Remember those? Furbies? You remember Furbies? Every kid had those. I had 2 of them. I did.
I never had one.
Fucking
I
horrifying.
borrowed one.
There was an artist, I have to find the artist, but she makes the hairless Furbies.
Ew!
So sick. So, you know. She had
That's
the Beanie Babies craze,
disgusting.
which the Beanie Babies thing was fucking weird too because it's a children's collectible thing, but really like 6 suburban moms orchestrated
My sister's
that whole
Furby
thing
gave me the
to make,
creeps
like,
as a
bunch of
kid.
money.
Well, the story with me is that I thought it was cool, like a novel and stuff. Oh my fucking god, $17,000. What is wrong with you people? Anyway, I got it for a week because I really wanted to borrow one, and I was like, okay, well, I could ask my friend who has one, and then I gave it back, and I was like, wow, this was actually kind of disappointing.
That was fucking weird. In the more recent years, you have like fidget spinners. Even today, in a non-doll toy-like world, you still have these things, like these little things that are so everybody's making them. You gotta have them. It's fucking crazy. It started moving its way. It became such a tradition that it
NFTs,
even
man.
was satirized, like I said, in Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, all about getting a Turbo Man action figure. Still one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. Probably my favorite Christmas movie ever. And you know what's fucked
Jingle
about
All
that?
the Way?
You maybe want a Turbo Man action doll. The Cabbage Patch thing, even through the 80s, you can see it had influence with the good guy dolls, with Chucky. In that movie, you can see
Chucky!
Andy is like watching the commercials. The kids are getting all hyped up, and the kid is like kind of like telling his mom, and she knows that's important to him too. And it was really interesting now, after looking at this document and researching, how directly influenced that movie was, but still, how it still feels like it rings true today of just like kids want something, they beg to their parents. Every child does it, but I can see how in the 80s it would have been much more influential, and also it would have been way more applicable of the time.
I begged my parents for My Little Ponies and they didn't give me as much as I wanted, but I was still very happy when they bought me a My Little Pony! They caved a little bit, but not too much. I would ask them like all the time, like, can I have a My Little Pony? Can I have a My Little Pony? Can I have a My Little Pony? Please, 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 please.
Times. Which
All the
also worth
time.
mentioning too, the Garbage Pail Kids got sued by Cabbage Patch Kids, you know, because the Garbage Pail Kids, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Did you watch MLP?
Personally,
No,
Garbage
I
Pail
just played with the
rule,
dolls
in
when I
my
was a little
opinion.
kid.
And of course today, in a way, even the way that the Cabbage Patch Kids are like, oh, no two dolls alike.
Pegasister.
It has its own name.
No,
It has
man, I
papers.
was just a normal child
legitimate.
playing
It's a
with
child.
toys, not
It
a
feels like
fucking
board yacht
Pegasister,
aid.
man.
Like an NFT before NFTs were even a thing. It's just crazy how these things trickle their way through history and just seem to repeat themselves. Now I'm gonna always go look at NFTs as Cabbage Patch dolls, which is
Kind of are.
which is crazy. But there will be more Cabbage Patch Kids moving forward. But I do think that the commercial craze of Black Friday days and people rioting, trying to get deals on something, this like weird rat race of taking the hard-earned money you have. and
Oh
throwing
my
it at
God.
minuscule deals, kind of all started with a really, really ugly doll. But maybe you have a Cabbage Patch doll. For me, my Cabbage Patch doll was a Bionicle. whenever the Bionicles first came out, I like almost cried to my mom, being like, "Please fucking buy me that fucking I want the red one, Mom!"
The Bionicle.
I wrote my mom a letter for the new God of War, and I was like, "If you buy me this is literally what the letter said. If you buy me this, I will never ask for anything." And I'm pretty sure I think I didn't spell promised right, which was embarrassing because I should have been old enough to know how to spell promise. The next morning, my mom was like,
I promise never to ask for anything ever again.
I was like, oh my god. We went to the game store, and there it was in the GameStop display. Beautiful PS2 copy in the GameStop deal, and this big fat bastard at the fucking checkout. My mom was like, yeah, we'll take God of War. And the guy said this. He was like, is it for him? And I was like, what are you doing? What is this? Why is she just grabbing it? He's like, yeah, there's a lot of violence and sexual activities and a lot of nudity in this game. And I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And he like basically guilt, because how as a parent, how are you supposed to sit there and be like, oh, I mean, I don't care. You know, it's like this uncomfortable position now where she's like, oh, okay, sorry, you probably shouldn't have this. Is there anything you want? So then I got Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I mean, let me tell you something.
He got Dragon Ball Z instead of God of War. That is so sad. Oh my god, she actually wanted to go out of her way to fucking what is it called? To get him the God of War, and they fucked him.
Dragon Ball Z Sagas is maybe one of the worst games to ever be released to the public. For religious friend's house, playing it with tears in my eyes because it was so bad and boring, and I had to play through it because it's a new game. And my religious friend, who's like I hung out with, because I don't know, maybe I just didn't have a lot of friends or something, but he's like, oh, that game's pretty cool. And I was just like, all I know is whatever, it still works on me. And if you ever have kids, they're gonna do the exact same shit. So fuck you, have a good day, bye.
That was the little story at the end. That was pretty good, actually. Cabbage Patch Kid riots. Literally would have never guessed. I had a similar happened to me. Nintendo DS version of Resident Evil. I got Animal Crossing Wild World. Look, Animal Crossing slaps, but I understand. Mommy! Piss, piss, piss. Shit! Piss, 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 piss. Fuck, fucking shit on calm. Piss myself. Fuck, 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 piss, fuck, piss, 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 fuck, piss, fuck, piss, fuck, piss, piss, fuck, piss.